stay ready to duke it out right now. It's going to be Slippy, Cats, Mayor Juan, and Fresh Bread. This one looks like it's going to be actually Cats and Fresh Bread. We'll see if the timer is aware of that. But, yep, looks like we're up in the air with both pilots. A little bit of a mishap for one. And meanwhile, it's going to be Fresh Bread, your leader right now, getting onto lap number 2 in pretty short order. Looking really nice for him. And then that's going to be Cats coming across the line for his first lap as well. There we go. Cat's getting onto his third. Meanwhile, Fresh Bread's going to be coming around. He's going to be getting onto his, starting his 4th lap now. He's going to be racing to 6 laps is what our pilots have decided. We keep increasing it. They want to fly longer, and honestly, I'm not opposed. It's a great time here at Larimer County Fair with a little bit of drone racing from the Street League. And here we go. Cat's coming along. He has completed 4 laps. He's on his 5th now. Fresh Bread, meanwhile, gets onto his 6th lap, almost turning him into lap traffic a little bit here, but looking pretty clean right now. So we're going to see Cats get onto his final lap. Meanwhile, Fresh Bread is your winner. Give it up for Fresh Bread taking the win here. Great racing from our C-Heat pilots. And meanwhile, Cats, he's going to get it done. Cats gets 2nd place on that one. Beautiful flying there. I think we're going to only end up ramping things up as we start to sort through our pilots. We're going to end up, as we continue through the night, they're going to get sorted based on how many points they're accumulating. And that'll lead to the closest statistical racing every single race that we could possibly come up with. And I think that's going to turn real exciting. So we're going to see some breakneck speed, some neck-and-neck racing, and it's going to be a good time. Let's go ahead and peep on over to the results for our live stream viewers. And let's take a look at some of the lap times here. So Fresh Bread pulled that off with a 13.1. Now remember that benchmark here, because we're going to see that number go down as the night continues. 13.1, that's the fastest lap from Fresh Bread in that heat. Cats finished with a 14.2. And I think we're going to see, I don't know if we'll see into the 12s. Could depend on the wind, could depend on the pilot, could depend on the quad. Each of these pilots has spent precious time and money building each of these quads by hand. So this is about as intense as it can be for them, because not only do they feel like they're in the cockpit with that FPV view, but they're also putting real equipment on the line. That's the fun and interesting thing about FPV drone racing. It feels a lot like you're playing a video game because you're in a VR headset, you've got your game controller in front of you, and you're flying and just experiencing this awesome thing that we call FPV. But at the same time, every once in a while you get a wake-up call when you hit a gate and you remember, oh yeah, that was a $50 motor that goes right there. So you know, you got to keep the quads working. You got to contend with that real-life aspect of FPV, which can be tricky. But I think these pilots, these are some of the best pilots in Colorado here today to entertain you and bring you some of the most awesome racing. And we're excited for that next heat to kick off. And we've got a 3-minute timer for our pilots to get to the line. If not, it is a DQ for that pilot, so we'll just end up skipping them and keep the races rolling. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and introduce our pilots as they walk out to our helipad launch stands, brought to you by Box Science. It's going to be the Rocket Drones pilot, Jay Rice, in the red jersey, setting his quad down. And we're going to see Maverick out there as well, one of the great ambassadors of our sport on the Colorado MLDR League as well. Love to see the teams come together and the pilots really focusing on what makes this sport so awesome. We may end up making this a bit of a 1v1. We will see if we have other pilots here. Looks like we will be missing Arlen and Free. So they're not able to make it. So we get to experience a 1v1 between Maverick and J Rice. I'm seeing some thumbs up to our race director. Our race director's about to give them a go-ahead. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Larimer County Fair Oval Exhibition with Street League Drone Racing. Looks like we got test tones. We're gonna kick that off again. All right, they're off and away, and it looks like right off the bat we got a little bit of a lead here, and our timer says J Rice getting that hole shot and looking pretty solid, but now they're right together, Maverick and J Rice. So let's see what happens here. Oh, looks like potentially some boost mode engaged here. Maybe, not quite sure, but they're staying neck and neck. That's lap number 2 complete for both pilots. And we'll see how that turns out. And it looks like a little bit of a lead now starting to develop for J Rice. I think he just had a couple, he just had a nice lunch break. He had to let those awesome meat sticks settle in his stomach. And now he's gonna do some drone racing. He's got all the nerves out and he is on to lap number 4. Meanwhile, Maverick, actually, excuse me, that's Maverick out on lap number 4 in the lead. So it's going to be J Rice playing chase. There it is, Maverick going through. And that is lap number 5 complete for both pilots, now on the same lap. But here we come with Maverick. As Maverick FPV takes the win, he's going to get that one in style. Will he give us a flippy floppy? Do we get a flippy floppy from Maverick? No such thing. He's a very serious pilot. Great guy though, great ambassador. You love to see it. And Maverick is going to take the win. Both pilots with an extra lap, because why not? A little victory lap for both of them. And there it is. We're going to take a look at our fast lap. So remember, I mentioned that 13.1. Well, it has been lowered. It only took one round. So J Rice there is setting a 12.7. So that's your new number to remember. 12.7 for the fastest lap. Even though he didn't take the win, he did get a really solid lap out there. That's the Rocket Drones pilot heading out in the red. As we see Maverick in the blue on his way back. Being a good sportsman, grabbing his buddy's quad. Gingerly and carefully, because those things can bite. Especially when they're plugged in. Less so when they're not plugged in. And this next heat going to be interesting. We got Rain. That's the pilot out there on the launch stands right now. Next up, I'm seeing Scorcher. He's working his way out there. He's going to have that red quad. Very easy to spot during the race, so keep an eye on him. He is actually in the lead for our overarching event for the county fair. So this is just our exhibition race of some oval racing. But we've got another race kind of going on in the background. We'll switch back to that after this. And then we've got Mongoose, who just set out that green quad. And getting seated right now. And it looks like Claymore is not with us today. He is not able to get that quad completely working all day long, but he was having a good time. That he did assure me. But we got great weather, we got great friends, we've got the carnival in the background. What better backdrop could you have for something as exciting and innovative as an FPV drone race? Our pilots put those VR goggles down and give our race director thumbs up. Let's go ahead and introduce him right now. It's going to be Mongoose, Rain, Claymore, Scorcher. Claymore sitting this one out. Our timer has begun. The countdown is here. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to drone race. And a beautiful launch there from Scorcher. He is already leaving scorch marks on the track, but it looks like some boost mode potentially being used. I believe that's going to be Rain in that second place position as we go through the timer now for lap number 1. Your leader right now, actually, sorry, that's going to be... Yeah, it's going to be Scorcher, and then it's Rain in second, and then Mongoose in third. So Scorcher in the red, he's the easy one to spot here. Those white LEDs and that plus configuration of quad, that's going through right now. That is Rain. And third place coming through right now, that is Mongoose in the green. Also relatively easy to spot. Here comes Scorcher again. That's going to be lap number 3. And I'm already seeing some pretty low times. Not quite as fast as we saw in that previous heat, but definitely faster than we started the event with. So here comes Scorcher around. He is your leader right now in the red. He's going to complete his 4th lap and on to lap number 5. Rain going through now, getting on to lap number 5 as well. Here comes Mongoose on to lap number 5, and that is lap number 5 now complete for Scorcher. He is now on lap number 6. So final lap for Scorcher, final lap for Rain, final lap in a moment for Goose, but meanwhile Scorcher's going to turn him into lap traffic right at the end as Scorcher FPV takes the win. Second place going to go to Rain with a pretty solid run there as we see Mongoose finish out his run as well for 3rd place. And it looks like a couple extra victory laps for our pilots. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. So Scorcher takes the win, and we'll be right back with just a little bit more in less than 5 minutes. Alright, we've got our next heat coming up here momentarily. Let me see if we can introduce our pilots on the live stream. And, oh, we actually have to generate more rounds, because that is the completion of round number 1. Going smoothly for most of our pilots. And so actually what would be more interesting here is to take a quick peek at our standings. Alright, so let's take a quick look at how things are stacking up right now. So here's how the scoring works, real quick. It's not super consequential if you just want to kick back and enjoy 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4 heats. But it is interesting for our pilots as they like to end up on a leaderboard at the end of the day. But here's how our scoring system works. Effectively, it's very similar to Mario Kart. For every person you beat, you earn a point. What defines if you beat somebody? Well, each of those pilots just raced once, and we're going to compare all those times and see who ran the fastest time. So even if he didn't, beat anyone in his heat, he may have beaten the time that somebody else set in a different heat. So it's almost as if they were all racing at the same time. And so then once we compare all those times, we award them points based on how many people they beat in that round. And then we run another round and they accumulate more points. And that's how things roll. So let's take a quick peek at how things are shaking out right now. Right now, your leader is Scorcher. He had that red quad and he was on fire from the get-go, but it looks like he has some new competition. I see Free rolling out to the line right now. I think he'll be able to set some fast times. Second place after round number 1 is going to be Freshbred. He had a pretty good run as well. And then Rain, one of our newcomers, he is in that 3rd place position, and he set a pretty good time as well. Goddess Randy is in 4th. She had that pink quad, and I think we'll see some great battles from her later on. We've got Cats in 5th, Mongoose in 6th, Maverick in 7th, and J-Rice rounds out your top 8. That is how our event is rolling right now. We're about to kick off our next heat. This one just going to be a solo. Free ended up dropping down all the way to the bottom heat, so he's going to get to do just a little bit of a time trial for himself. But this does count. He is effectively racing the times. He's time trialing against the pilots who are about to race right now. So we'll take a close look here as he makes his run and see what those lap times were looking like. A good lap on that last one was somewhere in the 14s, and I think Free drops the first lap, and it's a 12.8. 12 point something. I think it was 12.4 was the fastest one we saw from that previous heat. Actually, I'm going to take a quick peek, see if I can pull that up right now. So fastest lap from that last heat was a 12.41. We'll see if Free can beat that, but he has already established himself as setting the top 3 fastest laps in the event so far, so that is epic. Free setting an 11.9. Free is officially the first pilot to make it into the 11s for lap time, and his average lap time right now is 12.4, so he's on a really good pace here. And I think that's going to bump him up in points after this round, and then we'll shuffle him with some pilots who are a little bit more his speed. We'll get a good sense of where he lays, and he'll have to do it prop to prop at that point. But for right now, he gets a little bit of a bye since he didn't get a run in after the first round. And so that is it. 6 laps for Free. He finishes it out. I wouldn't say without incident, but that does it for Free. He brings it in. And that is a solid run. There's a very good chance that that is max points. Absolutely crushed it. Let's take a look again. Yeah, 11.907. That is the lap time to beat, set by yours truly. I'd say give it up for Free, but he didn't technically beat anyone yet. We'll cheer for him next time. How about that? We'll make him work for it. And we're going to look forward to our next round. They have 5 minutes to be prepared. This one going to be Slippy, Nightwing, Mayor Wand, and Claymore. Actually, I believe all these pilots may be absent. So since these pilots are absent, we're just going to run the heat with zeros. And we will roll right into the next group of pilots. But alphabetically, Claremore will run that one. So, good for him. Good name choice on his part. Alright, we're going to jump into the next one. This one is going to be full of a group of pilots. So this one going to be Russell AR. He is one of the top-rated pilots in the Street League so far. And he has been absolutely crushing it this season as well, ranked very highly on StreetLeague.io. If you're interested in getting into a drone racing league or just seeing how these pilots are doing in our overall season, you can check out StreetLeague.io and find our entire standings board. Yeah, so Russell ranked really high up there. Interspool, one of our first times racing Street League with him, I believe, and he's been crushing it this event, doing pretty well overall. He's the pilot walking out right now, ready to set down a quad. And then our next pilot is actually our race director. We call him DeBits. That's what we like to call him. That's what he likes to be called, believe it or not. And he looks like he's getting some props on, getting that quad freshened up, and getting ready to rock here momentarily. The pilot in the white shirt you see out there, that's Russell AR. Just talking about him earlier. And then our last pilot, we'll see if he's around, is Bumper. But I believe he may be one of our other absent pilots. So we may have a 3-person heat here. It looks like Bumper may be a last-minute addition. He's got 2 minutes and 30 seconds to make it across our safety line. And it looks like he's going to get it up. He's setting that quad out. He's in it for this oval exhibition race here at the Larimer County Fair. And it looks like we may have a 4-person heat. Got our race director doing overtime here. Look at him calling out channels and racing at the same time. Incredible multitasking. All right, I see pilots with goggles down. And we've got our timer on terminal countdown. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is drone racing with Street League here at the Larimer County Fair. And a beautiful launch from all of our pilots. I'm seeing Bits off into the lead. He's in that white drone. And who's it going to be in second? Looks like Bumper, second place as far as hole shots go. And then it's going to be Interspool getting through now as well in third place. So that is your running order: to Bits, Bumper, Interspool, and I don't see Russell AR out there actually. Oh, he did get a lap, so we did have a missed lap from Russell. So actually it does look like see if we can get that timer back on track. There we go. So DeBits does appear to be your leader still. Then it's going to be Russell AR in that second place position. Then it's going to be Interspool. And then Bumper looks like he only got the 1 lapper. And there it is. Final crossing for Bits. I believe Bits takes the win there. Then it's going to be Interspool right behind him. And then Russell coming on through as well. Here he comes. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Bits, taking the win on that heat. Great racing from them. Let's see. Let's take a quick peek at those lap times. I think they are going to end up falling. So I'm seeing a 12.2 for Bits there. 12.2. That's pretty solid. Not quite the 11 that we saw from Free. And then we're actually going to do a little bit of marshalling to double check that time that we got from Russell AR. All right, there we go. So actually, it looks like Russell AR finished with a slightly faster lap than we did give him there. So Russell AR finished all 6 laps. And we can go back and check the results on that one. I want to make sure I get this right for you guys. All right, so in that one, my apologies. This is a correction. So Russell AR did take the win, and he had a fast lap of 10.0. I didn't think, and actually, so here's what happened. We missed laps from Russell AR because we had a minimum lap time to help keep things consistent. Well, Russell AR actually went faster than we thought you could go on the track. So we missed a lap from him as a result. So now we need to update our timing system to handle the speed that Russell AR is hitting here. We did not think you could complete the track in 10 seconds. Well, Russell AR, he's here to prove otherwise, and he's also a good sport about it. Russell AR is the guy out there in the white. He's helping us prepare the track because he's that good of a guy. But he also just so happens to be one of the fastest racer, if not the fastest racer, in Colorado. We had probably our biggest Colorado race up until now last year, and Russell AR claimed that championship and did it in style. It was a close race. He battled with actually myself and several other pilots, and he took that win, and with humility. That's one of my favorite things about him. He's easily one of my favorite pilots, and he's out there right now just absolutely crushing the times. We're going to be looking forward to our next heat, which will be coming up right after we get this little track repair finished. But this one's going to be consisting of Mongoose, J-Rice, the Rocket Drones pilot in the red, Cats, and Maverick, our firefighting friend out there, setting his quad down on the line as well. Oh no, it was a rotor hazard, so like it had ping. It was an important device to connect to. But yeah, we got it swapped. Yeah, we have one right here. That's not right. I didn't mean to talk about that. Plug-in. Good plug upgrade that I had didn't work, but it basically shows all the times from the stage during the race, and then the pilots who are currently racing shuffle amongst those times, so you can see if you're on pace to get it on. So it didn't work now, of course, the night after, but I think I'll have it working for tomorrow probably. Yeah, it's so good. It's so efficient. You don't have to run cameras out everywhere. Power run. All that nonsense. Kind of funny to have a little version. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those races that came all together, right? Yeah, it's tricky. Okay. Yeah, they had somebody do something illegal and bolt that gate. Jeez, cop cars came running through, busted right through those holes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our track repair seems to be complete. So huge shout out to those pilots helping us keep this thing running. That's one of my favorite things I have to say about drone racing in general, FPV drone racing especially, and drone racing in Colorado. It's all about the community, and I gotta say that the community of people, pilots, community organizers, all amazing, and they make this possible. And what's definitely possible here is an incredible race between Mongoose, J Rice, Cats, and Maverick. We're looking for thumbs right now, and it looks like we've got them. Our race director starts the terminal countdown, and we will begin in moments. Off and away we go. This one going to be Mongoose, J Rice, Cats, and Maverick. Your leader right now is going to be J Rice. That is the Rocket Drones pilot coming through right now. That shiny new quad he just built. He's loving it so far. Second place, that's going to be Cats, and then Maverick in the third place. Mongoose in fourth right now. One more lap they go. No changes right now. Looks like they're keeping it pretty much a little bit of a stagger, a little bit of a runner's race going on here as we see. It looks like Mongoose dropping back just a little bit. J Rice, your leader right now, as our pilots work their way through that slalom. J Rice now getting onto, he's working on lap number 4. As all of our pilots now through, all of them onto that lead lap. Here comes J Rice one more time. We'll see if he can keep a nice clean run here. This is going to be a good one right now. We're looking at 12.4 for our fastest lap so far. That's going to be held by J Rice. We see Mongoose coming through. He's the back of the pack. Here comes the front of the pack. That's going to be J Rice. And he's going to finish 5 laps. He's got one last lap to go, just trying to keep it nice, clean, consistent, and fast. And here comes J Rice in that purple drone with the yellow props. J Rice takes the win with no drama. You love to see that. Who's going to get that second place? That is going to be Cats making the pass on that lap on Maverick. So it looks like Maverick had a little bit of trouble there, and actually looks like Mongoose may have got him. So that is it for our pilots as they bring it on in to land. And that's it. J Rice takes the win, and Cats steals the second. Make sure to check out our drone racing here in an hour or so for sure. When we send them up under the lights, we're going to go ahead and raise that generator light. We're going to get the quads all lit up. A couple of LEDs on the track. And we'll be doing it at night here at the Larimer County Fair. I want to say a huge thank you to our sponsors, Hobby Wing, as well as Speed Source FPV, making this one possible. Speed Source FPV, that is a company run actually by one of the top pilots, and that's Russell AR. So not only does he design his own frames, a bunch of pilots here are running them, and he's also a pretty fast pilot, so it works out pretty good for him. People trust him. I'll tell you what frame's going to go fast. I've seen him doing tons of math and science to make sure he gets not only just the most durable frames, but also some of the fastest. We're going to take a quick peek at our next group of pilots as they work their way onto the stands. Out there in the orange and gray shirt, well, that's going to be Fresh Bread. Some fresh meat into the Street League grinder as he tries out Street League for the first time. And he's having some success already, working his way up into, this is the A heat. So this is the fastest group of pilots as far as the points are concerned so far. And also out there with the pink quad. If your quad doesn't match your shirt, are you really trying? That's what I always ask myself. And I think Goddess Randy knows that as well. She's got quite the setup, and she's got quite the accumulated points as well so far in the race. And we're also looking at Rain out there. You can tell Rain is bored. He wants to go fast. If Rain's not going fast, he's not excited. We're still looking for Scorcher. Scorcher with that red quad setting some pretty awesome laps initially. I see him out there. No quad on the line though. We'll see if he's actually ready to rip. It looks like we may have some track repairs going on right now. Yeah, it looks like we got a little bit of track repair going on. Actually, we may have a... Haha! We had a battery go flying. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So that explains a little bit what our safety net is for, actually. So we had a quad go down out there. And sometimes when they go down, they get to spinning. And sometimes when you get to spinning in a crash, things like to go flying. So it looks like he tossed a battery over our safety road. But it looks like that quad's mostly in one piece, so he should be good to roll after this. But finding it's the hard part. You go down, you gotta figure out what pieces you lost. But luckily, if the battery is the thing that launched, well, it can disconnect, so you're not in too much trouble. So this is our Larimer County Fair Oval Exhibition. Later tonight, we're going to be jumping back into, we'll run a couple laps, we call them points rounds. We'll be running a race for our Street League Season Regional. And that'll be a race that gives our pilots the opportunity to earn their way to our championship that will be held in Thunder Valley here in colorful Colorado. That will be an epic race. Looking forward to that. If you want to check out more information on that, you can go to streetleague.io. And that race will be held at a motocross track, so I'm very much looking forward to that one. Alright, so we had a bit of delay there for the track repair. I'm going to give our pilots some extra time. And it looks like Maverick, I see a successful quad raised above the head. So it looks like Maverick kept his stuff in one piece. That's great. So we're going to give our pilots just a little bit of extra time because we did have that track repair. That we consider that an administrative delay. So I think we'll... give him a little bit of slack here. So, this is your Oval Exhibition race. This is the A heat. These are the pilots who have accumulated the most points. And it looks like Rain pulling out with some technical difficulties. However, he had quite a few points there, so it shouldn't hurt him too much. And we're getting thumbs up from our other pilots. We're going to kick this one off, ladies and gentlemen. So this one continuing on with Scorcher in that black drone. It's going to be Goddess Randy in the pink. And it's going to be, sorry, Scorcher in the red. Goddess Randy in the pink. And Fresh Bread in the black drone. Here we go. Oh, a little tangle out there on the backside. Oh, and he's going to use a boost to catch back up. Each pilot has the ability to use 3 boost modes during the race, and I think that's what we saw that let Fresh Bread catch back up. He is now trying to trail Goddess Randy in the pink just in front. Meanwhile, our leader, Scorcher in the red, coming through. He's going to make it onto his third lap now. And Scorcher is just walking away with it. There may be some damaged props from our back runners after that collision, so we'll see if they can hit those same top speeds, but I get the feeling that Scorcher is just on that level. I can't wait to see Russell AR throw down sometimes. I think we'll get a nice oval battle between them two, but for right now, it is the Scorcher show as he's going to try to turn some people into lap traffic here. So there goes Freshbred. He's the back marker right now. There goes Scorcher in the red. He is your leader, and he's just completed 5 laps. This is his last lap. Scorcher in the red. Here he comes. He is going to take it all. He's going to let them mangle each other in the back, and he's going to say, thank you very much. That win is mine. Meanwhile, Goddess Randy going to finish out a respectable second. That was a good recovery, a difficult one to come back from, but both those pilots finishing it out pretty strong. Freshbred surviving as well and getting it done. So that is it for that race. And looks like Freshbred going for the extra lap. Beautiful racing from our pilots. And that's it for round number 2. We're going to do 4 overall and declare our points champion for the Oval Exhibition here at the Larimer County Fair. Taking a quick peek at the points, or sorry, at the timing page. That was a fast one for Scorcher. He set a 12.07. Super close to that 11-second pace that we saw earlier from Free. But in the end, you gotta show up for your packs, and you gotta show out when you get the opportunity. And right now, that is Scorcher making it happen. And we've got our heats gridded up. In the meantime, though, we're going to take a quick peek at how our points are stacking up, how that leaderboard is looking. And right now, it is Scorcher in the lead by quite the margin. He's got an 8-point lead after just 2 rounds. That is going to be tough to contend with. Meanwhile, it's going to be Freshbred in the second place position, tied for second actually with Goddess Randy. Both of them have 16 points. Then it's going to be a tie for the... This is confusing. Okay, so this is a tie for the 4th place position. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie for second, a tie for 4th, and then a tie for 6th right now. No tie for 8th, and then we do also have a tie for 9th. So we've got 4 different ties going on our leaderboard right now because our pilots are mixing it up so much out there right now. We'll see things settle down, I think, as we get to round 4, but at the same time, maybe, well, honestly, it's not going to get any easier. I think our scoring system will end up such that our pilots are all racing with their closest competition, and it's going to be a good time to watch for us. Most amount of pressure they could experience, and the best watching for us, so that's what I like to see. I'm looking in our live stream. We've got West FPV asking, is Free still on lunch? That was a round ago. Yeah, it looks like he was on lunch, and now he's got his game face on. He set the fastest lap that we've seen so far. Let's take a look at some of our stats here. I want to see if we can pull anything interesting out of our stats and take a look, see if we can get a better idea of who's really going to go fast here. I'm pulling up our event results. I want to take a quick peek at the fastest lap. So actually, sorry, apologies for that. Freed did not have this. He did have the fastest lap, and then Russell AR came along. So the fastest lap on the track right now is a 10.04 by Russell AR. Second fastest lap is a 11.9 by Free. So just for reference, a almost 2-second gap between Russell AR and the rest of the field in terms of fast lap. With that said, he hasn't had the best consistency here, and that's going to be key when there's only 4 rounds in this oval exhibition. So yeah, Russell AR, he's got the speed. We'll see if he can keep the consistency up, and we'll see if he can climb up that leaderboard. He's sitting in 4th right now, so not too shabby. He's looking at a podium finish if he stays on this pace, but one crash is all it takes. So yeah, your leaderboard as far as fast lap goes, it's Russell AR, then it's Free, then it's Scorcher, and that kind of lines up. But Scorcher has been setting some pretty good runs here. So I think he's going to continue to do that. And it looks like we've got a couple of quads. We're trying to figure out some video channels here. So something just for the audience to know, in case you're interested, we only have so many video channels. It's very much, actually, most of drone racing for up until recently has used analog video. The same thing as those bunny ears you used to have on the top of your TV. Yeah, that's what we've been flying through. And you might ask, well, why would you use such old technology? There's much better stuff now. Well, the reason that we've always flown that for so long is because of latency. These pilots, in order to command these drones through these gates, need under 5 milliseconds or so of latency. That is what they demand to be highly competitive. So it turns out analog, super low latency, but actually thanks to one of our sponsors, they are the first HD digital video system that has allowed us to get actually I think it was within the 4 millisecond range for latency. So HD0 set the new bar and actually beat analog for latency, and now the pilots are starting to accept this new system, and it's done wonders for our live stream. It's done wonders for our audiences, and it's been such a great time seeing the sport advance and the technology get even better. But even with that said, these are all still homemade quads. These are all still constructed by these pilots, and with that, and with all the crashing and bashing we do here, you can run into technical difficulties, and I think that's what we're seeing on the line right now. We may have a couple pilots not able to get their video channels synchronized. That can be a tricky thing if you've got a loose wire in there or what have you. So we're going to give our pilot 1 more minute. He's got 1 minute and 10 seconds at this point before he has to pull the quad, but he is allowed to attempt to fix it until then. It looks like he may have something, so we'll see. Might have a little bit of a 1v1, and it looks like this is going to be between Bumper, our last pilot into the flight line, and I believe that is Mayor Wand. So we've got 2 thumbs up. We've got pilots ready to roll. We've lost Slippy on this one. We've lost Claymore, but we still have Mayor Wand and Bumper ready to do some ripping. We got some clean running right now. It's going to be Bumper out in the lead as he crosses our Gem Fan start-finish gate. Next up, it's going to be Mayor Wand. He comes around. We'll see if he can get a nice clean run in here. Keep in mind, these pilots are racing each other, but they're also trying to set a time relative to all the other pilots who are about to race in the heat. So even if you're out in the lead with some clean air, well, you still got to push. And that's what we're seeing from Bumper right now. He's actually pushing hard enough to, looks like maybe turn Mayor Wand into lap traffic potentially, but he has a little bit of an upset, so he's going to have to try to play a little catch-up again. There it is. There's the pass. And Bumper has now made Mayor Wand a little bit of lap traffic, but it's important to get that finish, and I think Mayor Wand knows that. He's going to try to get maximum points, make sure he gets his full laps, and then secondarily, make sure it's a good time. But right now, it's going to be Bumper takes the win, and that is it. 6 laps for Bumper. Mayor Wand finishing out 5. Mayor Wand on the final portions of the track coming around. Oh, a little bit of confusion. Mayor Wand does it again, gets it right. He's going to finish that final lap. And Mayor Wand is going to get the 6 laps he needed. Beautiful run. Give it up for those pilots. Great racing. So your fast lap there from Bumper was actually pretty solid. He had a 12.4, and considering that's only 2 laps back from the fastest lap we've seen, that's looking pretty good. We're going to look forward to our next group of pilots. Hopefully less equipment issues this time around. This one going to be Rain, Interspool, Mongoose, and Maverick. So we saw Maverick last time, and he was out there searching in the field for his battery. Got into a little bit of a spin. Alright, we got pilots gridding it up. Let's go ahead and introduce them. It's going to be Rain with the far quad there. Then it's going to be Mongoose with the green. It's Maverick with the yellow. And then it's going to be Interspool with the blue. And as we fall into the night, we're going to see those LEDs light up the track. Here we go. This is stage 3, heat C. And we'll work our way up to the A heat, where our fastest group of pilots await. Beautiful running right now, looks like, for... That's Rain out in the lead. Second place, well, it's tough to call. It's a switch up. Maverick moves on into the lead as we see Interspool with a little bit of a bounce there, and that's going to let Mongoose through now into the number 3 spot. So your leader coming around the left side of the track right now, that is going to be Rain with that plus configuration. He comes through, and he gets on to lap number 3, working on that right now. Oh, meanwhile, the bobble from Maverick, that's going to let Mongoose move up into the second place position. So good racing right now from Mongoose, really capitalizing on some of the mistakes from the other pilots. Meanwhile, it looks like we have lost Rain, getting a little bit... Actually, no, Rain is still out there. No, he's coming around right now, so Rain's still up. No video feed from him. I love that, but we don't need it not to have a good time. There we go, got that video back for Rain. So Rain gonna bring it on in. That's lap number 6. Rain is your winner. And Mongoose finishes it out in second. We're gonna see Maverick come around. And there it is. Maverick finishing it out as well. Looks like Rain going for an extra lap there. We'll get that deleted. And Maverick with the flippy floppies to celebrate. He's happy. It's only 3rd place, but it was a super clean run for Maverick. And we're just excited to see him excited. But Rain setting a really good run there. Let's take a quick peek at our results. So fastest lap in that one was actually a 13.3. So I think something that's showing up in this just a little bit is the fact that consistency really is key. And this B group of pilots, or sorry, that C group of pilots really has shown the consistency, and that's why they are as far along as they are. But now we're moving up into the B heat. Things are going to get a little bit faster, a little bit more consistent. This is where the skill is starting to accumulate a little bit. So Free is one of the pilots to watch out for in this one. He set the fastest time for a moment, and then it was later broken by Russell AR, but I don't think Free's going to let that just stand. He's not, I don't know anyone who would refer to themselves as Free and let somebody just set a time like that on him. I think Free's got more in the tank, and I think he's about to show us right now. He's also going to be racing against J Rice, the Rocket Drones pilot. We'll see him in red momentarily, as well as DeBits, the other pilot, chatting it up with Free right now. And DeBits is our race director, also a pilot, and he turns out to be pretty fast. He's up here in the B heat and doing pretty good. He's effectively herding cats and doing a skills exercise at the same time. Not something that I could pull off, but he's doing it beautifully right now. We're also going to be looking for Cats, who's getting ready right now. Looks like he's almost ready to roll on out there. And taking a peek back into the pits, I don't see J Rice, so we'll see if he accompanies us for this race. Alright, and it looks like we're going to be missing J Rice on this one. That's going to probably hurt for points. So we are still in stage 3 of 4, but we've got 2 more heats in the stage before we wrap it back around and do our final stage of racing. Right now, our leader for overall points is Scorcher. I think we'll get to see him in this next heat. But right now, we're looking at Free. He's going to be racing that red drone with the yellow props. We've got DeBits. He's going to be racing the white drone with the pink props. And then we've got Cats in the blue drone. Oh, a little bit of a missed launch for Cats. Meanwhile, it's going to be DeBits and Free juking it out. Cats does manage to get it back up, so good running from him. But right now, it's going to be DeBits and Free. Free in the red, Bits in the white quad. And it looks like Free, who has the second fastest lap time right now, is showing why that is. But Bits is not letting him go. That was a pretty fast one from both of our pilots. And it looks like the fast lap for Free right now, 12.0. We'll see if he can improve upon that at all. Meanwhile, it's going to be DeBits coming through. And it looks like he has fallen back just a tiny bit. But right now, it's too close to call yet. It's still a race, boys, between Free and Bits. And Bits looks like he's going for the pass. May have used one of those boost modes. Free uses one, gets it back. Who's going to take it? This is lap number 4. Lap number 5 now complete. And this is the final lap between Free and Bits. Free in the red, Bits in the white. Who is going to take it? Bits had the pass momentarily, but Free takes it right back, all for his own. Free is your winner. Bits gonna have to settle for second. We've got Cats out there as well. He's gonna finish out his last lap as Free takes that victory lap. He earned that one. We said he would earn it. We'd make him earn it, and he absolutely did. Incredible racing for Free. Cats also finishing out all 6 laps as well, so that's going to be good points for him. Not as good as he would have liked, but he got it done, and ultimately that's what counts. But beautiful racing there between Bits and Free. We saw the pass, very intentional. They both managed to keep it clean, but passing through that start-finish gate was definitely sketchy. That could have ended in a world of hurt, but both those pilots extremely talented, extremely skilled, and managed to keep it clean and also set super fast laps. And that's the thing with the points format. When you're effectively comparing your distance and then the time you completed that distance in, what really comes into play here is that you finish first and foremost. So if you're trying to make a hot shot pass like that, you need to make sure that you can do it without taking yourself and your opponent out, because ultimately that's how you get people mad at you. And I think Bits managed to keep it in there. It was clean racing from both of them. Free managed to make his pass super clean as well, and that is what it is all about. Beautiful oval racing exhibition here at the Larimer County Fair with Street League drone racing. If you want to check out more about our racing league, you can find out more at streetleague.io. Here we go. We're already introducing our next group of pilots. You can tell they're the more skilled heat because they're ready to go almost immediately. This one going to be Russell AR, Scorcher, Freshbred, and Goddess Randy. Goddess Randy going to be the easy one to spot, as well as Scorcher. Goddess Randy in the pink drone, Scorcher in the red drone, and Freshbred is going to be in the black drone. There we go, off and away, beautiful launch. Oh my gosh, this is close racing as Scorcher fights to see if he can keep Russell AR at bay. These are the two top dogs on the track. Who's going to take it? Scorcher gets the pass. May have used a boost to do it, but I see Russell with some serious speed down that back straightaway. He's going to try to catch back up and make the pass. Yes, he does. Russell AR now with the pass. Scorcher playing second in the red drone, and then it's going to be Fresh Bread in that third place position. Goddess Randy rounding out the fourth. This is an awesome showing from Russell AR. He's absolutely proving why he is the speed source pilot, crushing it on the track right now. Russell AR is your winner. Scorcher settles for second. Fresh Bread right behind in third. And Goddess Randy coming around right now. Actually, sorry, scratch that. Goddess Randy did have an upset there on lap number 4. And so Goddess Randy is down. What a great run there from Russell AR. And honestly, Scorcher setting some serious times. So he got pushed to the absolute limit. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a guess at how far apart their fast laps were. Because that was one of the closest in terms of overall fast lap time between Russell AR and Scorcher. That's one of the closest we've seen so far. So, pull this up here. Russell AR did an 11.982. Scorcher did an 11.991. So you're looking at hundredths of a second between these pilots. That is what separates them. Tenths of seconds, that's pretty good racing. Hundredths of a second, that is next level, and that's where you see those beautiful passes back and forth, that beautiful race line. These guys all have super high race IQ. They're making sure that they know exactly how to take the course to try to get everything they can out of the drone, and it takes a lot of effort. You're dealing with the wind, you're dealing with the different angles. Your race line effectively changes every single heat with the wind direction change and wind amount change. So they're taking into account every single thing they can and putting on such a great show. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now into our final stage of this drone race. This is the Larimer County Fair Oval Exhibition. We're going to finish out this last round, and then we will be jumping into some practice heats, and then we will be going back into what we call the Street League Regional. This is the high voltage regional, and our pilots after this race will be racing for points that will ultimately determine if they can get to our championship at the end of the year. If you want to find out more about that, check out streetleague.io. We've got races all around the country and pilots from every corner of the earth, and it has been an absolute pleasure doing the sport of racing with them. It's been a good time. We've got our new heats built, and we're going to let our pilots know if they have any channel changes. Make sure everyone's not colliding with video, and make sure their gear's all ready to rock. And then we'll be kicking off our first heat in the final round of the Oval Exhibition. Let's take a quick peek, though, at our points overall now that we have completed round number 3. And there is definitely some movement. So last time we left off at this scoreboard, we had, I can't even remember, it was 3 or 4 ties, 3 or 4 different ties in the leaderboard. And I think we've sorted all of those out. We're starting to see our pilots kind of fall into their groove. So right now, your points leader is Scorcher with 32 points. Second place is going to be Russell AR with 26, 1 point ahead of Fresh Bread in third with 25. And actually, I lied. We do have one tie here, and that is between DeBits and Free. They both have 24 points, so super close from second down to sixth. And then we're going to have Goddess Randy in 7th with 18 points. And then we've got Rain with 17 points in the number 8 position. That is your top 8 going into this heat. And we've already got some pilots getting gridded up. Timer is counting down. Terminal launch has begun. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to do some drone racing. Oh no! And an unfortunate launch there for Interspool. He is not going to make it off the blocks, it looks like. And that's going to be Mayor Wand with some clear room. Interspool can try to turtle the drone, but he's not allowed to touch it. And that is our safety rule. So unfortunate turn of events for Interspool, but he's going to be looking forward to going back into points rounds after this, I think. This is our final round for the Oval Exhibition, as Mayor Juan showing what he can do out there on the track. He's got it all to himself, taking it for a little bit of a joyride. And he has already made it on to 3 laps here. And that is going to be lap number 4 completed for Mayor Wand. Some beautiful cruising. Mayor Wand getting acquainted with the track. Looking good so far. And he's actually flying Bumper's quad right now. Bumper seems to be the wheeler and dealer of quads. I think he loaned Mayor Wand a quad. I think he loaned Katz a quad as well. Bumper just can't help but build some quads. But that's it. Mayor Wand gonna finish his 6th. A clean run for him. Looking pretty good. He had the track all to himself. But that is of no concern to him. He's happy to get the solid time in. Fast lap of 15.0. Getting it done. Next group of pilots will be up momentarily. And for that, we are looking for Bumper, J-Rice, Mongoose, and Maverick. It looks like J-Rice, our rocket drones pilot, may be out here. But I think Bumper's got some racing to do. And it looks like Maverick may be out for this one. So I think Mongoose potentially... Mongoose versus Bumper is who I think this is going to turn into. Here we go. This one's going to be a great race. I am looking forward to it. We are in the air with Bumper, J Rice, Mongoose, and Maverick. And a pretty clean run here so far. All 4 of our pilots up and away. Your leader right now is J Rice. It's going to be Mongoose in that second place position. Then it's going to be Bumper in the third. And then it's going to be Maverick in the fourth. We've got a little bit of a battle on our hands. So J Rice finishes it out. He is your winner. Coming into that landing zone. And then I'm seeing Maverick. Actually, sorry, Mongoose finishing out, and then Maverick finishing it out. Great racing from our pilots. That's a solid one. J Rice getting a solid run there. And a low time of 11.4 for the Rocket Drone pilots. Or Rocket Drones pilot. Here we go. We are live with Russell AR, Scorcher, to Bits, and Fresh Bread. This is for all the money. This is your oval exhibition here at Larimer County Fair, and it is a beautiful race here between all of our pilots. Russell AR, Scorcher, to Bits, and Fresh Bread. And it looks like your leader right now is Russell AR, followed by DeBits, then Scorcher, then Fresh Bread. And it looks like we've got Carnage. DeBits goes down. So Russell AR, actually, this may be Scorcher in the lead right now. Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new leader. That's going to be Scorcher, and then Fresh Bread. Looks like Russell AR had problems. He falls back. So your running order is Scorcher, Fresh Bread, Bits. Oh my gosh, they're rubbing props. So Fresh Bread and Bits are right together as Scorcher takes the win. Russell AR in second, and it's going to be Fresh Bread and DeBits side by side through the finish. That was incredible. I think they're too in it. They're in the zone. They just going to keep racing. They are done. That is 6 laps for our pilots. So a beautiful run there. Scorcher managing to edge out Russell AR. That is his first time beating him here on the oval. Incredible racing. And that is going to end it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick peek at our final leaderboard for the Street League Oval exhibition at the Larimer County Fair. And your winner is Scorcher FPV, taking it all. Then it's going to be Free finishing out in the second place position, and your podium rounded out by Russell AR. We got to see a beautiful final match from those pilots, and that is it. The rest of your pilots goes as follows. 4th place is Fresh Bread, 5th place is DeBits, Goddess Randy in 6th, J Rice in 7th, and Cats in 8th. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break and recuperate here from all that excitement. And we will join you soon with the final portions of our events.
Two-step, then I bring it right back. Two-step, then I bring it right back.
right now, but we're about to start some more racing in just a few minutes.
Oh, nice. Okay. And is it just like, because I see they have like birds on top of them or whatever, or like bird heads.
Oh, here.
One of them I saw.
Really?
Yeah.
Some people put some interesting stuff on. Here, you can take a look.
Oh, that's cool. That's like kind of like a shark or something.
Yeah, they put the fin on top so that when they land upside down, it's easier to flip back over again.
Oh, okay. That's pretty hefty too.
Yeah, they make it really sturdy so it doesn't break as easy.
Oh, that's cool. How fast do they usually go?
These ones are limited to about 60, 65 miles an hour.
Oh, damn. I was thinking like 20, 25.
Yeah, if they weren't limited, they could even go faster than that.
60's crazy. Though.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, I'll definitely be around to watch it.
All right,
Thank
we'll
you.
get started in a few minutes.
Thank you.
Hi, how's it going?
Are they going soon? Or
Yeah.
are they already going? Oh, okay.
Yeah, people are just kind of practicing. We'll get started in a few minutes.
Cool.
Some real racing.
Hey. Let's sit down.
You're gonna do some racing?
Yeah, we can do some racing. I think they're getting pretty tired.
Oh, I've been telling people we're gonna do some racing.
Oh.
Because that's what everybody said. They said they were gonna do some.
They all said that, and then they got tired and sleepy. I can see if I can wrangle up some people to run a heat. And we can at least run a heat. some pilots ready to race for you boys and girls. Check, check, check. One second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got one last race for the night. This is a special one. And I'm going to ask our pilots, who's on race band 5 right now? Who is on race band 5? Fitz, who's on race 5? Who is on race band 5? Okay. All right, here we go. So this race is going to be Rain. He's got the yellow top on his quad. We got Bits with the pink in the back, and then we've got Nightwing. So here we go. We're going to be racing on the Tone. Nice clean passes for all our pilots. Your leader right now is going to be Nightwing. He's in that white LEDs as he works his way around the track. Following him pretty closely is going to be DeBits. And then it's Rain going to be in that third place position. But, oh, it's super tight between DeBits and Nightwing. Nightwing still hanging on to the lead. DeBits trying to make the pass, and we lose Rain. So it's just these two quads up in the air. They go on to lap number 2. Working on lap number 2 now. First 1 to 4 wins. Who's it going to be? The 1v1 now. DeBits versus Nightwing. Both these pilots. Oh, and it looks like Rain is back up in the air. So DeBits and Nightwing duking it out through the tunnel. Oh, the crash. He makes it through the gate. They're continuing on, but now the switch up. And it's going to be DeBits getting on to his third lap now. Working on his third lap. And it's going to be the chase cam for Nightwing. Is he going to be able to make the pass? Looks like Rain having some trouble on the track. He's going to set it down. Meanwhile, DeBits still reigning dominant. Is Nightwing going to be able to catch? I don't think so, but as I say that, he gets closer through the final slalom onto the Gem Fan start-finish gate. And it looks like DeBits still hanging on in the pink. Nightwing still chasing in white with a very tight turn, and there's the pass. Nightwing, now your new leader on the final lap of the race. Is he going to be able to hang on to it? They touch. Oh, Bits touches the gate, and it's going to be Nightwing coming around the final section of the track. Nightwing takes the win. Give it up for those pilots. An awesome little exhibition race to finish out the night. So we may have a couple pilots doing a little bit of flying, a little bit of practice here afterwards, but that is going to be our last semi-official race. But we'll see if we end up with some more pilots flying. We're going to be racing all day tomorrow, and I think we're going to have a beautiful finale tomorrow under the lights, and that is going to be the regional championship, where these pilots are going to duke it out to see who gets enough, we call it street cred here at Street League Drone Racing. Which pilot can earn enough street cred to get to our season championship later on this year. So look forward to that tomorrow night about the same time. We should be wrapping that up probably around 9 o'clock, so probably have a good 2 hours. I'd say starting around 7 o'clock if I had to guess. That's probably when we will be doing our final for that event, and it will be a beautiful one. Much more of this tomorrow, and it looks like we got a couple quads, so we'll let you guys just kind of sit back, enjoy the track, and hang out with us if you so choose. And if you want to see more drone racing, come back tomorrow night at 7.